A beautiful star is adored by many. Yet at her peak, an accident sends her 25 years into the future. 1999. Top star Im Sae-ra debuted with a bang. She sparked a nationwide craze in Korea. With angelic looks and outstanding acting, Im Sae-ra dominated film, television, and advertising. Her television dramas achieved massive ratings. Products she endorsed sold out instantly. She was the perfect idol, adored by all. One day after finishing a shoot, Im Sae-ra received a strange call. The caller was Toguk Cheol, the youngest officer at Busan police station. Today, officers received a fraud report from a man. The man had a document claiming Im Sae-ra was the scammer. The officers buzzed with excitement. To catch a glimpse of the star, they decided to invite Im Sae-ra to the station for questioning. This way, everyone could meet her up close. The task of bringing Im Sae-ra to the station was assigned to Toguk Cheol by his superior. He was told to complete it by the end of the month. Among all men in the country, only Toguk Cheol had no interest in Im Sae-ra. But under the relentless pressure from his seniors, he had no choice but to obey. When Im Sae-ra heard the officer's request, she claimed Im Sae-ra was not her real name. Her father had committed fraud under her identity. But she firmly refused to go to the station. After the call, the seniors harshly criticized Im Sae-ra's irresponsible father. They ordered Toguk Cheol to bring her to the station no matter what. To fulfill his duty, Toguk Cheol repeatedly called Im Sae-ra. Each time, she cursed him once before hanging up immediately. While being harassed by the officer, Im Sae-ra was busy with an ad shoot. Recently, besides Im Sae-ra, Go Hui-young was a rising star in ads and entertainment. Though not as famous as Im Sae-ra, she was notoriously arrogant. When Im Sae-ra learned Go Hui-young was also the female lead in the ad, she immediately quit. Go Hui-young desperately stopped the car, kneeling before Im Sae-ra in public, begging her not to leave. For Go Hui-young, this was her first ad opportunity. If Im Sae-ra left, she would lose it. Seeing Go Hui-young's pitiful expression, kind-hearted Im Sae-ra finally relented. After filming, Go Hui-young asked the male lead for his contact. Instead, he ignored her and wrote his number on Im Sae-ra's hand, signaling for her to contact him. This infuriated Go Hui-young, but Im Sae-ra had no interest in the man and wiped off the number. Toguk Cheol called again, but Im Sae-ra still refused. Toguk Cheol vowed to fight her, starting a relentless barrage of calls. Im Sae-ra was taken to meet an investor by her agent. The tycoon demanded her company. Im Sae-ra refused, shattering a glass and arguing. She walked out, slapping her agent. The agent urged her to endure, but Im Sae-ra knew this would happen again. She was an actress, not a hostess. But offending the tycoon cost her the movie role she cherished most. As she grieved, Toguk Cheol called again. Rarely, Im Sae-ra answered, using the call to vent. She asked why he was harassing her. Toguk Cheol apologized, but heard Im Sae-ra crying. With no one else to turn to, she poured out her frustration to the stranger, regretting losing the opportunity. She felt she had ruined a grand banquet, and that she was worthless. Toguk Cheol comforted the frustrated Im Sae-ra with simple, gentle words. Why force-feed a lavish feast that would only give you diarrhea? A home-cooked meal that settles comfortably is far better. Toguk Cheol's words lifted Im Sae-ra's burden. Relieved, she willingly agreed to visit the station for questioning. When seniors learned Im Sae-ra was coming, they erupted in excitement. Upon her arrival, officers jostled for a glimpse of the star. Under the golden twilight, Im Sae-ra removed her sunglasses and tousled her hair. Instantly, even the previously indifferent Toguk Cheol fell for her. Seniors led Im Sae-ra to the interrogation room. Others gathered outside, staring transfixed at Im Sae-ra's angelic face. Even Toguk Cheol slipped in unnoticed. Im Sae-ra explained her father was a repeat fraudster. She urged officers to track him down. As she left, officers clamored for her autograph. Toguk Cheol held up a sheet of paper. Outside, snow began falling. Toguk Cheol stepped to the door, hoping for a signature. Im Sae-ra quickly recognized the voice behind the relentless yet comforting calls, 0728. Amid the storm, Toguk Cheol shielded her with the paper. In the pavilion, he bandaged a cut on her arm. From then on, Toguk Cheol left a special mark in Im Sae-ra's heart. With his courage, Im Sae-ra regained strength. She won the lead actress award for the drama. When she took the stage, officers and Toguk Cheol cheered proudly. Im Sae-ra thanked the mysterious, 0728, for giving her the strength to push forward. Hearing her mention him on television, Toguk Cheol blushed with joy, but jealous Go Hui-young denied the award, grew more deranged. She cursed Im Sae-ra in secret, shouting for her to die. To her horror, the curse worked. After the awards, Im Sae-ra was in a fatal crash. She remained unconscious in the hospital. One day, a miracle occurred. The star finally awoke. After waking up, Im Sae-ra urgently searched for her agent. In the hallway, she accidentally bumped into a man. To avoid recognition, she grabbed his sunglasses and put them on. Finding no sign of her agent, Im Sae-ra asked a nurse for the location of a payphone, but she saw the nurse holding a phone she'd never seen. Looking around the hospital, she noticed everyone had similar devices. Im Sae-ra was bewildered, wondering if this was a prank show. The man whose sunglasses she took chased after her. He demanded they be returned, even calling her auntie. Im Sae-ra was speechless. She removed the sunglasses, letting him see who she really was. Yet, he didn't recognize her at all. Im Sae-ra identified herself, but he didn't believe her. They struggled. To escape, Im Sae-ra kicked him in the groin and tried to run. The man pursued her, telling security this auntie was mentally unstable. In disbelief, Im Sae-ra was dragged away by guards. Back in her room, she asked the doctor where her agent was. To her shock, the doctor called her Bong Chung-ja, her birth name. After questioning, the doctor learned Bong Chung-ja believed it was still 1,999. She thought she'd just won an award the day before. The doctor bluntly told her, "It's 2025. You were hospitalized yesterday after a car accident." Im Sae-ra couldn't believe it, not until she saw an AI celebrity on television, and noticed her face reflected on the screen, no longer youthful, but an ordinary middle-aged woman. The doctor explained, the accident caused retrograde amnesia. Her mind had rewound 25 years. Lost and confused, Im Sae-ra wandered this unfamiliar world. Trying to cross the street for a payphone, she nearly got hit by a car. Luckily, the man whose sunglasses she'd taken saved her. Before this stranger, the 50-year-old Im Sae-ra cried like a girl. She prayed this was just a nightmare. What she didn't know, the man she'd robbed, was none other than the 0728 from her past Toguk Cheol. With no other options, Officer Toguk Cheol took her home. Upon arrival, Im Sae-ra found herself in a cramped guest house. At the door, Toguk Cheol reminded her he'd done all he could. Alone inside, Im Sae-ra felt utterly lost. Like others, the manager called her Bong Cheong-ja. He pointed to her room impatiently, then entered the door code for her. The room was dark and tiny, a typical refuge for the poor. The bed collapsed as soon as she Saturday. A rat scurried from the corner. Im Sae-ra was devastated. She got her phone from the manager, but had no idea how to use it. Watching him unlock it with facial recognition, she marveled at modern technology. In her contacts, she found her sister's number, but recalling the nurse's whispers that no family had visited Bong Chung-ja after the crash, she gave up on calling. Late at night, her stomach growled. The fridge was empty. The shared kitchen had no rice left. Luckily, Im Sae-ra grabbed the last 2 instant noodles. While cooking, a girl with a tablet came in. Im Sae-ra asked about it. The girl called it a computer. Im Sae-ra asked for news about her past, but reports only called her a faded star. The girl said the last update on her was from decades ago. Im Sae-ra was baffled. Had she really retired after that accident? She couldn't figure it out. At that moment, news about Go Hui-young was airing. The report stated that her film had entered a festival, earning her a Best Actress nomination. Her success came from replacing Im Sae-ra in a director's movie. After Im Sae-ra's accident 25 years ago, watching Go Hui-young on television, Im Sae-ra looked shocked. Meanwhile, at the police station, Toguk Cheol, formerly in the criminal division, was transferred to traffic. While cleaning his car, he found Bong Chung-ja's bag containing an ID card and a Ju Sung-juk business card. Ju Sung-juk was his current investigation target. To uncover the truth, he decided to question Bong Chung-ja. Back at the guest house, Im Sae-ra finally tried calling her sister, but there was no signal. She went to the roof to search for reception. Toguk Cheol arrived just then. Seeing her in a dangerous spot, he assumed she was about to jump. He rushed forward, but slipped on a banana peel. Both fell into a garbage truck. Im Sae-ra woke first, panicking when Toguk Cheol was unconscious. She repeatedly pressed his chest until he regained consciousness. Explaining her search for signal, she furiously called him an old man. Toguk Cheol retaliated, calling her an old lady. A fight broke out. Im Sae-ra kicked him away and showered him with leaves. Nothing had gone smoothly. Since waking up, Toguk Cheol endured her outburst. Luckily, the truck driver found them in time. After getting off the car, Toguk Cheol showed her Bong Chung Ja's wallet and asked if she knew Ju Sungjuk on the card. But Im Sae-ra had no memory of who this person was. Luckily, she found a Bong dumpling shop card in the wallet. Following the clue, Im Sae-ra took a taxi. Shocked by the 5,001 fare, she stopped it mid-ride, complaining about rising prices. To save money, she tried the subway, but had no idea how to use it. Watching others tap phones to enter, she mimicked them. Only her phone wouldn't work. Desperate, she tried crawling under the gate, but was caught by security. Trapped, she called Toguk Cheol. Though annoyed, he came to bail her out. After hearing her story, he paid a 30x fine. Furious, he said even with memory loss, she couldn't forget subway rules. Im Sae-ra snapped back, saying she wasn't just any subway rider. When Toguk Cheol suggested using her ID, she refused, fearing media exposure. Fed up, he blocked her number. Finally, reaching the dumpling shop, she saw her middle-aged sister rolling dough with a rolling pin. Heartbroken, she realized her once carefree sister was now a laboring woman. She couldn't understand why her beloved sister ended up running a dumpling shop. Yet her sister seemed unfazed, only finding her strange. A middle school girl walked home from school. Only then did Im Sae-ra realize her sister had a daughter. Im Sae-ra guessed her sister's life, either divorced or widowed. Her sister exploded, hitting her with a basket, but Im Sae-ra shamelessly picked up all the dumplings inside. That night, while eating dumplings, she got a call about work. The next day, she hurried to the location, only to find it was a school cafeteria. Her boss told her to chop 10 tubs of radishes. Though she'd never held a knife before, she sliced effortlessly, clearly no stranger to the task. After work in the kitchen, she served in the dining hall. Her niece attended the school, but ignored her completely. Im Sae-ra remembered her past glory days. No wonder she was treated like this now. Her boss gave her leftover pickled radishes to take home. On the bus, the bag slipped from her hands during braking. Radish juice splashed all over a girl. The girl's mother scolded her on the phone. The bus driver made her mop the floor. Exhausted, she returned to the guest house. Then a call came. The hit-and-run driver wanted to settle privately. Hoping for compensation, she agreed to meet. Meanwhile, he discovered the driver had been lurking near Bong Chung Ja's guest house before the crash. Hearing the driver wanted to settle, Toguk Cheol knew something was wrong. He urgently called Bong Chung Ja, shouting for her to return. Im Sae-ra hurried back, but in the darkness, someone was silently following her. Bong Chung Ja was uneasy when Toguk Cheol arrived. Toguk Cheol told Bong Chung Ja that the perpetrator was still in the hospital. The person who met her tonight must be someone else. To reassure Bong Chung Ja, Toguk Cheol promised to help uncover the truth. The next day, to investigate last night's stalker, Toguk Cheol searched for nearby surveillance cameras. The footage showed that when Bong Chung Ja was about to return to the Goshiwons the night before, a man was hiding in a car, secretly photographing her. Toguk Cheol zoomed in on the license plate number. It matched exactly the one on the business card. What surprised Toguk Cheol even more was that the same car had appeared near Bong Chung Ja's accident site that night. The next day, the Goshiwon, where Bong Chung Ja stayed, was noisy. A girl claimed someone had stolen her wallet from her room, saying she saw Bong Chung Ja acting suspiciously in the hall last night. Other residents also saw Bong Chung Ja lingering outside the stolen girl's door the night before. Bong Chung Ja explained she had just confused the kitchen with the laundry room, but the neighbors didn't believe her. They not only checked her bag without permission but also tried to search her room. Suddenly, Toguk Cheol's voice rang out. Hearing Bong Chung Ja was falsely accused, Toguk Cheol, as a police officer, demanded to review the surveillance footage. The results showed the girl who lost her wallet had accidentally left her purse in the laundry room. After confirming her wallet was still in the washing machine, the girl apologized to Bong Chung Ja. Although the misunderstanding was cleared up, Bong Chung Ja still felt terrible. Tonight's events made her realize how down and out she truly was. Feeling disheartened, Bong Chung Ja dragged Toguk Cheol to have a drink. She poured out her sadness in front of Toguk Cheol. Toguk Cheol handed Bong Chung Ja last night's surveillance photo. This photo was enough to prove that the other party didn't seem to intend to harm Bong Chung Ja, but was secretly investigating her. Bong Chung Ja couldn't understand who would be interested in a down-and-out woman like her. In fact, the one who hired someone to photograph Bong Chung-ja was Im Sae-ra's former manager. On the day Bong Chung-ja woke up, the manager happened to see her in the hospital. Because he was so familiar, the manager immediately recognized that the 50-year-old woman before him was none other than the former Im Sae-ra. Bong Chung-ja went to the nursing home to visit her father. In Im Sae-ra's memory, her father always acted as a guarantor for others, always being cheated or cheating others. Out of anger, Im Sae-ra had once said hurtful words to her father. Now, looking at her father, who seemed to have aged overnight, Bong Chung-ja could no longer utter those annoying words. What hurt Bong Chung-ja even more was that her father didn't even recognize her. In his eyes, the shining actress on television was his daughter. Faced with this scene, Bong Chung-ja could only leave in tears. At that moment, a nurse ran after her, handing Bong Chung-ja a notice of unpaid fees. Her father's nursing home fees had been overdue for a long time. Her sister paid some every month, but the bills kept piling up. Looking at the huge amount she couldn't afford either, Bong Chung-ja couldn't help but crouch on the ground and cry aloud. She had fallen so low, unable to save herself, let alone help her family. Toguk Cheol learned at the hospital that Bong Chung-ja hadn't come for her scheduled follow-up. Toguk Cheol contacted Bong Chung-ja, urging her to get checked. Bong Chung-ja had just left the nursing home, and in her current emotional state, she refused to go to the hospital. Toguk Cheol then suggested they visit the accident site together. To recover her lost memories, Bong Chung-ja decided to go. But at the accident location, Bong Chung-ja couldn't recall anything about that day. What confused her even more was that this place was far from both the Goshiwon and her workplace. Why had she come here? Toguk Cheol suspected someone might have deliberately lured Bong Chung-ja to this place, with the sole purpose of causing the accident. While desperately trying to recall the past, Bong Chung-ja noticed the entertainment news playing on the square's large screen. The news reported that Go Hwae-young, a rookie actress whom Im Sae-ra had once looked down upon, had now won the Best Actress award at a prestigious film festival. Bong Chung-ja was devastated. Winning Best Actress at that festival had once been her dream. Bong Chung-ja still remembered that 25 years ago, when Im Sae-ra was at the peak of her fame, a reporter had interviewed her and asked if she had achieved her dreams. At the time, Im Sae-ra had recorded a message for her future self in front of the camera, confident that she would have fulfilled her aspirations by then. Thinking back on those ambitious dreams, and comparing them to her pitiful current state, Bong Chung-ja, in her despair, made a decision. She would return to where she belonged, to the dazzling, world-class stage. Seeing Bong Chung-ja genuinely believing herself to be Im Sae-ra, Toguk Cheol couldn't help but recall faded memories. Years ago, after the accident, Im Sae-ra had suddenly vanished without a trace. One evening, during a gathering, Toguk Cheol's senior police colleagues gossiped wildly. Some claimed Im Sae-ra had married an overseas chaebol heir and was now living lavishly abroad. Others whispered that she might no longer be alive. Toguk Cheol refused to believe it, even arguing with his seniors to defend her. Leaving the bar that night, he stared at Im Sae-ra's autograph in his hand, lost in thought. Truthfully, even he wasn't entirely sure whether Im Sae-ra had ever truly been part of his life. Now, 25 years later, seeing the determination in Bong Chung-ja's eyes, Toguk Cheol found that gaze hauntingly familiar. Bong Chung-ja asked her Goshiwon neighbor to help her gather information about Im Sae-ra's former team members. From makeup artists and stylists to her manager, she needed to know where each of them stood now. To her shock, every single one of them had thrived. The former makeup artist was now a renowned salon director, and Korea's top celebrity makeup artist, highly sought after in Cheongdam-dong. The former stylist had become a million-subscriber influencer. Any fashion item she promoted would sell out instantly. Even Im Sae-ra's manager, whom she had assumed would struggle, was now the CEO of a major entertainment company. With a market value exceeding 1 trillion won, Im Sae-ra was shattered. Turns out, she was the only one who had plummeted into ruin. Toguk Cheol was still investigating Bong Chung-ja's accident. When comparing Bong Chung-ja's and Im Sae-ra's personal records, Toguk Cheol was nearly shocked. The records showed that Bong Chung-ja and Im Sae-ra had identical ID numbers. Recalling Bong Chung-ja's behavior over this period, Toguk Cheol finally became convinced that the annoying 50-year-old woman was indeed the Im Sae-ra he had loved for 25 years. That night Toguk Cheol came to see Im Sae-ra. Facing the goddess he had secretly adored for years, Toguk Cheol's expression softened. In truth, Toguk Cheol had been quietly helping Im Sae-ra all these years. 25 years ago, out of jealousy toward Im Sae-ra, Go Hui-young had leaked to reporters that Im Sae-ra was going to the police station for questioning. When the reporters arrived at the station to interrogate her, to protect Im Sae-ra, Toguk Cheol clarified everything in front of them, emphasizing Im Sae-ra's kindness to fans and her extreme dedication to her acting career. Because of Toguk Cheol's words, the reporters eventually wrote a glowing article about Im Sae-ra. Im Sae-ra had always known that Officer 0728 was secretly helping her. On the news, Go Hui-young, who had just won an international award, was giving a media interview. However, Bong Cheong-ja noticed that Go Hui-young's acceptance speech was word for word identical to her own from years ago. Bong Cheong-ja smashed the television while cursing Go Hui-young as a shameless copycat. To thank Toguk Cheol, Bong Cheong-ja decided to treat him to a nice meal. Instead, Toguk Cheol took her to eat ordinary soup and rice. Staring at the soup and rice before her, Bong Cheong-ja couldn't help but reminisce about the past. 25 years ago, Im Sae-ra had come to Busan to eat with her manager and stylist. Originally, Im Sae-ra had planned to eat cold noodles, which the stylist preferred. However, a group of police officers she had met recently emerged from the pork soup restaurant next door. Among them was Toguk Cheol. Before the owner of the wheat restaurant, Toguk Cheol pulled Im Sae-ra and others into the neighboring soup restaurant. The owner scolded angrily, but only when Im Sae-ra asked, did she realize that the owner was actually Toguk Cheol's mother. Toguk Cheol personally taught Im Sae-ra the proper way to eat Busan-style soup rice. He added a spoonful of shrimp paste to Im Sae-ra's bowl. Im Sae-ra took a bite and found it delicious. When Im Sae-ra left, Toguk Cheol gave her a mint candy. To Im Sae-ra, the candy was as sweet as the memories. Now, 25 years later, Toguk Cheol still does as he did before, adding a spoonful of shrimp paste to Im Sae-ra's, or rather, Bong Cheong-ja's bowl. When he learned Im Sae-ra planned to return to the entertainment industry, Toguk Cheol was worried. Im Sae-ra had been away from the industry for too long. With her current appearance, it would be hard for her to create miracles again. But seeing Im Sae-ra's determined expression, Toguk Cheol withdrew his discouraging words. The next day, Bong Cheong-ja arrived at a beauty salon as Im Sae-ra. The salon's director was her former stylist. Im Sae-ra specifically asked to meet director Min Tae-suk, but seeing her disheveled appearance, the staff blocked her entry and even dismissed her rudely. Im Sae-ra got into an argument with them on the spot. Luckily, director Min Tae-suk appeared then. Im Sae-ra revealed her identity to Min Tae-suk, but Min Tae-suk didn't believe her at all, assuming the woman before her was mentally unstable. Just as they were about to drag her out, in desperation, Im Sae-ra revealed Min Tae-suk's long-kept secret, how she had been rejected by a male star. That was something only Min Tae-suk and Im Sae-ra knew. Only then did Min Tae-suk believe that the woman before her was the kind Im Sae-ra from the past. Reunion after long separation. Im Sae-ra confided in Min Tae-suk about her memory loss. She remembered nothing from the accident 25 years ago. Min Tae-suk felt heartbroken for her. Actually, she had been searching for Im Sae-ra all these years. Seeing Im Sae-ra in this state now, Min Tae-suk couldn't help but cry in her arms. Just then, Min Tae-suk's husband arrived at the salon. Hearing Im Sae-ra was there, he rushed in. Min Tae-suk told Im Sae-ra her husband was actor Gu Nam-ju, whom Im Sae-ra had splashed juice on years ago. Back then, Gu Nam-ju was a top-tier male star acting opposite Im Sae-ra. But time spares no one. The once beloved young idol had now become an overlooked middle-aged man. Seeing each other after 25 years, Im Sae-ra and Gu Nam-ju felt reality was surreal. After reminiscing with Min Tae-suk, Im Sae-ra shared her plan to return to showbiz. She was Im Sae-ra. She couldn't let Go Hui-young steal her spotlight. Besides, she urgently needed money. Min Tae-suk warned the industry had changed. But seeing Im Sae-ra's determination, she decided to help. To secure her a chance, Min Tae-suk aggressively cut her husband's hair. Through threats and sweet talk, she forced him to introduce Im Sae-ra to a crew. Helpless, Gu Nam-ju agreed. Soon, Min Tae-suk called with news. Her husband had gotten her a role. Im Sae-ra was overjoyed, promising to repay her. But soon she learned, Gu Nam-ju had secured her a maid role. Though disappointed, Im Sae-ra knew her place. Just getting back into the industry was already a blessing. Min Tae-suk styled her personally, telling her to relax. She believed the fierce Im Sae-ra of the past. still lived within her. Her phone alarm reminded her it was a filming day. Im Sae-ra forced herself to get ready and style her hair. Then she took the subway. She had grown accustomed to the transportation of 25 years later, adapting to this new world. On set, Bong Chung-ja felt a familiar warmth, but reality kept chipping away at her pride as an actress. First, Gu Nam-ju warned her to keep her distance. After all, she was only a temp he'd introduced. Then a senior actor spoke harshly to her, pushing her away without a second thought. Luckily, Min Tae-suk visited, bringing food and drinks for the crew, asking them to look after Bong Chung-ja. Just then, Go Hui-young arrived. She soon noticed Bong Chung-ja, feeling an eerie familiarity toward her. During filming, Bong Chung-ja's performance impressed the director, who even gave her extra lines on the spot. But this sparked jealousy in the senior actor. Under the pretense of filming, she slapped Bong Chung-ja repeatedly, demanding retakes under the guise of poor acting. Bong Chung-ja endured the humiliation, determined to keep this hard-won opportunity. Just as the senior prepared to strike again, Toguk Cheol suddenly stormed onto the set and pulled Bong Chung-ja away. Since discovering that Bong Chung-ja was his longtime crush Im Sae-ra, Toguk Cheol couldn't bear to see her mistreated. Yet Bong Chung-ja insisted on returning to the film set. She knew if she missed this opportunity in her current situation, the next chance might never come. For her acting dream, Bong Chung-ja disregarded objections and returned to set, apologizing for her abrupt departure. The senior actress, however, was furious and refused to let it go. Former makeup artist Min Tae-suk spotted Toguk Cheol. In a panic, Bong Chung-ja lied that he was her manager. Min Tae-suk and her husband Gu Nam-ju believed her and warmly invited Toguk Cheol to dinner. During the meal, Min Tae-suk gossiped about the true relationship between Toguk Cheol and Bong Chung-ja, suspecting they were lovers. Both denied it. But Min Tae-suk, with a sharp memory, felt she had seen Toguk Cheol somewhere before. She mentioned that over 20 years ago, Im Sae-ra had been interested in a young officer at Busan Police Station, the youngest detective there. To save face, Bong Chung-ja immediately denied it. Back then, she was a nationwide sensation, while that officer was just an ordinary man with dark skin and a thick accent. Hearing Bong Chung-ja speak so dismissively of her past self, Toguk Cheol was enraged. He snapped that the officer might not have been interested in Im Sae-ra either. Determined to pursue her acting dream, Bong Chung-ja quit her school cafeteria job. Min Tae-suk, too, did her best to help, just as she had for Im Sae-ra in the past. As she applied makeup, Min Tae-suk confessed she owed Im Sae-ra a great deal. Bong Chung-ja asked why. After a pause, Min Tae-suk explained that Im Sae-ra had once taken care of her when she knew nothing, and it was because of Im Sae-ra that she became who she was today. She was certain Bong Chung-ja would rise again. Fired with renewed spirit, Bong Chung-ja vowed to give it her all. But on set that day, staff relayed the director's message. She was being removed from the drama. Crushed, Bong Chung-ja felt powerless. Then Gu Nam-ju revealed the truth: she was being expelled because she had offended the senior actress who had slapped her. Bong Chung-ja's anger flared. If it was about her acting, she would accept it. But if it was for such an unjust reason, she refused to back down. To return to the set, Bong Chung-ja tried contacting the production company, requesting a meeting with the screenwriter. But after hearing her plea, the person abruptly hung up. Bong Chung-ja sighed. When Min Tae-suk learned Bong Chung-ja had been kicked off the set, she managed to get the screenwriter's address. She reminded Bong Chung-ja never to go empty-handed. Bong Chung-ja immediately brought gifts and visited. At the elevator, she overheard a woman on the phone discussing murder and burying bodies. Terrified, Bong Chung-ja grabbed the melon she was carrying and hurled it at the woman as she approached, only to realize moments later that the woman was the screenwriter she had come to see. The call had been the screenwriter venting to producers about her murder mystery script. To her relief, the screenwriter not only forgave her but praised her acting skills. Meanwhile, the screenwriter complained about the television network's obsession with melodrama. To meet their demands, she was forced to fabricate ridiculous primetime soap opera plots. Bong Chung-ja suggested instead of worrying about whether the content was over the top, they should focus on making the characters more layered and their relationships more tangled. The screenwriter took her advice and added even more melodramatic twists to the script, reintegrating Bong Chung-ja's maid character into the plot. This time, the maid had a heated one-on-one scene with Gu Nam-ju's character. To make the scene more dynamic, Gu Nam-ju proposed adding physical conflict. The director agreed. But during filming, after being pushed by Gu Nam-ju, Bong Chung-ja suddenly fainted. Before losing consciousness, Bong Chung-ja's memory briefly returned. The recollection was from just before the car accident. A man with an indistinct face appeared in her vision, pushing her violently to the ground. Shortly after being admitted to the hospital, Bong Chung-ja regained consciousness. The fragmented memories grew clearer in her mind. Recalling Guzan's warning to trust no one easily, she chose not to share the recovered images with Min Tae-suk. Instead, she asked, "Why weren't you by my side during the crash 25 years ago? We were inseparable back then." Min Tae-suk explained that she had originally been meant to board the car that day. But before leaving the restroom, Im Sae-ra's agent told her a surprise party was being held at Im Sae-ra's home that night and asked her to prepare beforehand. That was why she had gone to Im Sae-ra's house to arrange the party items. Min Tae-suk's explanation seemed sincere, so Bong Chung-ja decided to believe her and shared the remembered images. She recalled vividly that the man she had argued with wore a watch, a distinctive design Im Sae-ra would never forget. 25 years earlier, the agent had arranged for Im Sae-ra to meet a certain patron. The patron had worn the same watch. In other words, before both car accidents 25 years apart, Im Sae-ra had met this patron. It was clear, this patron, or the mysterious watch-wearing man, was responsible for both crashes. To uncover his identity, Bong Chung-ja decided to meet the former agent. Not long after she left, Min Tae-suk happened to bump into Toguk Cheol nearby, and mentioned that Bong Chung-ja was meeting Do-yoon alone. Upon hearing this, Toguk Cheol immediately drove off to find her. 25 years later, Do-yoon had become the representative of South Korea's largest entertainment company. Bong Chung-ja was stopped by security guards at the company entrance when Toguk Cheol suddenly appeared, showing his police badge. The guards then allowed them entry. Despite rescuing her, Toguk Cheol remained sharp-tongued in the elevator, sarcastically claiming that Im Sae-ra had been the goddess the youngest detective couldn't possibly court, and he, as a mere policeman, would never dare to offend her. Misunderstanding his anger, Bong Chung-ja thought he was upset about being called her manager in public. Toguk Cheol refused to explain and stubbornly declared he would never be her agent, no matter how much she begged. Later, Bong Chung-ja finally met Do-yoon as Im Sae-ra. Do-yoon asked to speak privately, hinting Toguk Cheol should leave. Unexpectedly, Toguk Cheol stepped forward, insisting he was now Im Sae-ra's agent, and positioned himself between them. Bong Chung-ja questioned Do-yoon about the crash 25 years prior, demanding to know why she had been left alone in the car that day. Do-yoon swore he had rushed to her side immediately after the accident. Still unable to recall the memory, Bong Chung-ja let it go for now. Before leaving, Do-yoon asked for Toguk Cheol's business card. Since the policeman had none, he gave his phone number instead. As soon as they left, Do-yoon ordered a background check on the number. In the car, Bong Chung-ja firmly told Toguk Cheol that Do-yoon had been lying. The events of 25 years ago were still vividly clear to her. She remembered every detail, how Do-yoon would swallow hard and slip into dialect when fibbing, and how it was Do-yoon who had arranged her meeting with the patron. After she refused to comply, it was Do-yoon who had erupted in fury first. Toguk Cheol warned Bong Chung-ja to stay vigilant. The killer who had tried to eliminate her twice was undoubtedly lurking within the very entertainment industry she had re-entered. Bong Chung-ja's drama became a massive hit. Even her dementia-stricken father began watching every episode. Her sister visited the nursing home and discovered Bong Chung-ja had paid all the fees. What hurt more was how their father only remembered his eldest daughter, completely ignoring the younger one's years of care. Thanks to the show's success, Bong Chung-ja was thrilled to find her scenes and lines had significantly increased in the latest script. Seizing the chance, she delivered an unforgettable performance, using a radish to slap someone in a scene that even shocked the director. The moment became iconic. Inspired by this, a live streaming show used Bong Chung-ja's scenes to sell radishes, making them a hot commodity. Even school cafeteria workers became fans, lining up for her autographs. The drama's popularity brought sponsors, who demanded Bong Chung-ja use a toilet plunger in her next fight scene. Her co-star Gu Nam-ju was less than pleased. Recently, internet users edited the scene into meme-worthy GIFs, turning the toilet plunger attack into viral comedy. The memes trended online, unexpectedly reviving Gu Nam-ju's career. Seeing the absurd memes, Min Tae-suk didn't feel bad for her husband. Instead, she immediately invited Bong Chung-ja to her television shopping show. During the live broadcast, Bong Chung-ja and Gu Nam-ju's chemistry sold out all the beauty products instantly. Do-yoon couldn't help but admire how Bong Chung-ja's talent only grew with age. When an employee reported that her manager's phone number was untraceable, Do-yoon sneered, confirming Toguk Cheol wasn't what he claimed. To Bong Chung-ja's surprise, Do-yoon then sent a coffee truck to the set, in the name of his company, to cheer her on. The staff assumed Bong Chung-ja had signed with the company, but she knew Do-yoon too well. Do-yoon wasn't the type to spend money without purpose. Sure enough, during their phone call, Do-yoon requested a private meeting. Bong Chung-ja agreed, as she had questions for him too. Before meeting Do-yoon, Bong Chung-ja visited her sister's dumpling shop and saw stacks of overdue notices. She realized her sister had been struggling after the accident. Her sister no longer held grudges, but spoke of their father's obsession with Bong Chung-ja. After the crash, their fugitive father had risked everything to see her in the hospital. The sister mentioned that their father had only gotten in because of a young detective from Busan. Bong Chung-ja immediately contacted Busan police, remembering Agent 0728 but not his name. A few days earlier, the recent crash suspect had suddenly left the hospital. Luckily, Toguk Cheol had planted a tracker on his clothes. It showed the suspect heading to Bong Chung-ja's exam village. Without hesitation, Toguk Cheol raced there, fearing the worst. Meanwhile, Bong Chung-ja went out for food, unaware of the danger. On her way back, the suspect cornered her in a narrow alley. When Toguk Cheol arrived, all he found was the drink she'd dropped. At this moment, Bong Chung-ja had already been kidnapped and stuffed into the car by the suspect. When the car stopped and the suspect briefly walked away, Bong Chung-ja immediately tried to escape. The suspect had already found an axe and was about to approach. The suspect searched around and soon spotted Bong Chung-ja's shadow on the ground not far away. Without hesitation, Bong Chung-ja charged forward, following the martial arts instructions she had learned years ago. She repeatedly struck the suspect's vital points with the weapon in her hand. Desperate, the suspect swung the axe down. At the last moment, Toguk Cheol arrived. Without saying a word, he rushed forward and quickly subdued the man with a few punches. As the suspect was taken away in a police car, a group of gangsters who had arrived hurriedly left. In fact, the suspect had dared to kidnap Bong Chung-ja under the orders of the gang. Since Toguk Cheol was already watching him, the gang had promised the man 10 times the money to eliminate Bong Chung-ja completely. Back at the exam village, Bong Chung-ja helped Toguk Cheol tend to the wound on his arm. Toguk Cheol repeatedly reminded her to always bring her phone when going out next time. Sensing his concern, Bong Chung-ja's heart swelled with happiness. Meanwhile, as Bong Chung-ja's fame grew, both former enemies and friends took notice of her. First, a former team stylist, after seeing the live shopping show, quickly recognized her as the Im Sae-ra from the past. The stylist rushed to confront Do-yoon, who remained calm. At the same time, her former rival, and now the best actress at the film festival, Go Hui-young, felt a surge of fear. No one in the world feared the reappearance of Im Sae-ra more than she did. 25 years ago, Im Sae-ra lost the lead role in the movie after rejecting the investor. Go Hui-young auditioned for Im Sae-ra's abandoned part. At the time, directors unanimously praised her performance, noting her acting and looks were no match for Im Sae-ra. When asked what made her superior, Go Hui-young answered, her hunger. She would take the role for any pay, no matter what. To secure the part, Go Hui-young went to meet the mysterious investor, but she knew from the start she was merely Im Sae-ra's substitute. If Im Sae-ra resurfaced, everything Go Hui-young built would crumble. Angry, she confronted Do-yoon, demanding to know his plans. Do-yoon carelessly reassured her. The current Bong Chung-ja was just a 50-year-old woman. He told Go Hui-young and the stylist to wait and see. Toguk Cheol shared his findings with Bong Chung-ja. The same mysterious man appeared at both her accident scenes, 25 years apart. After seeing the blurry photo, Bong Chung-ja was certain this was the man who caused her crash, the watch guy. Do-yoon decided to sign Bong Chung-ja into his own entertainment company. Bong Chung-ja also considered signing the contract. She believed it would fulfill her acting dreams, while helping her uncover the person who twice tried to kill her. Toguk Cheol opposed Bong Chung-ja's signing, worried that if the media found out Bong Chung-ja was Im Sae-ra, she would face major trouble. However, Bong Chung-ja stated that if danger arose, she trusted Toguk Cheol would protect her. Toguk Cheol was eventually convinced, determined to accompany Bong Chung-ja as her manager. To this end, Toguk Cheol applied to the chief to continue investigating Bong Chung-ja's 2 car accident cases while submitting a leave of absence application, planning to fully support her acting career. Bong Chung-ja's soap opera became a hit, but privately, Go Hui-young mocked the current Im Sae-ra, believing no matter how hard Im Sae-ra tried to climb, she would remain a soap opera actress. Go Hui-young agreed to Do-yoon's signing of Bong Chung-ja, for her own reasons, preferring to keep Im Sae-ra under surveillance. rather than risk her identity being exposed. Unaware of this, Bong Chung-ja visited the writer to thank them for adding more scenes, while noticing a script the writer was working on. After reading it, she became highly interested. That night, Do-yoon met with Bong Chung-ja to formally offer the contract, claiming he hoped she would reach a second peak in her career, even offering double the signing fee. Before answering, Bong Chung-ja asked who the patron was, who sent her to meet 25 years ago. Do-yoon evaded the question, until Bong Chung-ja pressed him, finally saying the person had passed away. Regarding the contract, Bong Chung-ja had only one condition. Toguk Cheol must be her manager, or she would decline. After meeting Do-yoon, Bong Chung-ja searched online for a certain legislator's name, and confirmed the legislator had died. Bong Chung-ja met with Min Tae-suk and Gu Nam-ju. After learning from two people, when she was in an accident that year, her stylist not only failed to visit her in the hospital, but immediately switched to Go Hui-young's side. This made Bong Chung-ja suspect that the car accident might be linked to Do-yoon, and the stylist, Toguk Cheol, was fully investigating Bong Chung-ja's car accident, questioning the man who had kidnapped her the previous day. Unexpectedly, the man hired 3 lawyers. He was just a truck driver. Clearly, a legal team of this scale was not something he could afford on his own. After the lawyers arrived, the man remained completely silent. Toguk Cheol sensed something was off, so he went to the hotel where the man had stayed, finding a lighter with a hidden recording device inside. Sure enough, the recording revealed that the man had been instructed to cause the car accident and kidnap Bong Chung-ja. Toguk Cheol used the secret in the lighter to threaten the man, trying to force him to tell the truth, warning him that the people behind him might try to silence him permanently. Bong Chung-ja visited Do-yoon's 21 Entertainment, where Do-yoon agreed to her contract terms and offered her the best signing conditions. Additionally, Do-yoon reviewed the script she had taken from the writer's house, finding it excellent, and had already recommended it to a director. After signing the contract, Bong Chung-ja informed Toguk Cheol about the deceased patron legislator. Toguk Cheol decided to investigate the legislator's associates. To celebrate her signing, Toguk Cheol brought her gifts, a gas gun, and a whistle, for her safety, reminding her to carry them at all times. He also wanted to share locations with her, but she refused, though she said she had set him as the #1 shortcut in her phone contacts. Toguk Cheol was overjoyed and wanted to do the same. Soon after, Bong Chung-ja received an advertising shooting invitation. Strangely, the client neither asked her to undergo skincare, nor demanded weight loss for the camera. Initially thrilled, Bong Chung-ja realized the truth only after arriving at the set and seeing the script. She immediately called Do-yoon to confront him, who, as usual, pretended ignorance. As the manager, Toguk Cheol had already brought the clothes needed for the shoot. Bong Chung-ja didn't want him to see her during filming, and asked him to wait outside. Then Go Hui-young arrived at the set. The ad was to be shot with both of them. Go Hui-young walked in like a goddess, purposely sneering at Bong Chung-ja. Bong Chung-ja maintained proper etiquette, but in front of the director, Go Hui-young pretended not to know her, even claiming that this middle-aged woman didn't deserve to share the screen with her. She then left the set, refusing to shoot. To avoid ruining the shoot, Bong Chung-ja chased after Go Hui-young, asking her to consider the entire crew. Go Hui-young raised an eyebrow, telling Bong Chung-ja not to ride on her coattails. Only then did Bong Chung-ja remember. 25 years ago on a set, she had done the same thing to Go Hui-young, and said the same words. Realizing Go Hui-young was seeking revenge, Bong Chung-ja humbly apologized. But Go Hui-young wasn't satisfied, hinting that she wanted Bong Chung-ja to kneel before her, just as she had once kneeled before Im Sae-ra. Unlike Go Hui-young, Bong Chung-ja wasn't humiliated enough to kneel. Instead, she accused Go Hui-young of hypocrisy and arrogance, and walked off the set, refusing to shoot. Unexpectedly, Bong Chung-ja later received a breach of contract notice, demanding compensation. Do-yoon urged her to apologize to Go Hui-young, arguing that the ad meant little to Go Hui-young, but was crucial for Bong Chung-ja's income. Toguk Cheol overheard their conversation, and, to protect Bong Chung-ja, began investigating Go Hui-young's schedule. At this moment, Go Hui-young was scolding the stylist. The stylist wanted her to wear a limited edition scarf from a certain brand, but Go Hui-young refused. Since the brand hadn't made her their spokesperson yet, she wouldn't offer herself to them. The stylist acted timidly before Go Hui-young, with a submissive attitude, but only earned Go Hui-young's accusations that the stylist had only managed to reach their current position because of Go Hui-young. Later, Toguk Cheol came to meet Go Hui-young, apologizing on behalf of Bong Chung-ja. Go Hui-young remained unforgiving, but unexpectedly, Toguk Cheol knelt before her in public, begging her to forgive Bong Chung-ja and continue the ad shoot. With the media rushing in to take photos, Go Hui-young had no choice but to accept the apology and agree to shoot, telling Toguk Cheol to get up. Thanks to Toguk Cheol's efforts, the ad shoot proceeded as planned. In the ad, Bong Chung-ja played a middle-aged woman who worked out obsessively, but still couldn't hide her sagging figure, while Go Hui-young played a woman with perfect skin and a flawless body. Clearly, Bong Chung-ja was just Go Hui-young's foil, a comic relief. Yet Bong Chung-ja still gave her best performance, repeatedly falling off the treadmill as the script required. After filming, only Go Hui-young received praise and attention from the director. Only Toguk Cheol cared for Bong Cheong-ja as usual, checking if she was hurt after her falls, and helping her to the clinic. Later, Bong Cheong-ja thanked Go Hui-young, but learned from her that it was Toguk Cheol's kneeling that had secured her this opportunity. Regarding this, Go Hui-young expressed contempt for Bong Chung-ja, claiming her current situation was entirely self-inflicted. Bong Chung-ja's pride was wounded. After confronting Toguk Cheol, she crouched on the ground crying. She couldn't bear losing dignity before Go Hui-young. Toguk Cheol gently comforted her. As her manager, protecting her was his duty. He would do anything for her, only hoping Bong Chung-ja could stand tall in the future and pursue her dreams with confidence. Bong Chung-ja regained her composure. Days later, she attended the wrap party of a melodrama. At the banquet, Bong Chung-ja, who played the maid, unexpectedly became the center of attention. Unexpectedly, Gu Nam-ju, also present, got drunk and shouted Im Sae-ra's name at Bong Chung-ja in the crowd. Bong Chung-ja became uneasy. Then Toguk Cheol appeared and pulled her away. Toguk Cheol informed her that the media had exposed her secret identity as Im Sae-ra. Reporters swarmed behind them, but Toguk Cheol bravely shielded Bong Chung-ja and led her to escape. To prevent pursuit by journalists, he took Bong Chung-ja to his home temporarily. At Toguk Cheol's place, Bong Chung-ja felt somber. Since waking up, it took months for people to recognize her, but instead of media and fans' expectations, she faced ridicule. Bong Chung-ja even wondered if Go Hui-young might be right, that in her prime, she had been too arrogant, earning hatred and disdain. But Toguk Cheol spoke firmly. The Im Sae-ra he knew could never be a bad person. Even if she hurt others, it was never intentional. Bong Chung-ja was confused. Toguk Cheol had previously said he didn't think much of Im Sae-ra. He explained it was because Bong Chung-ja had criticized the young rookie cop last time. Bong Chung-ja was even more puzzled. How was her opinion of the cop related to Toguk Cheol? Toguk Cheol hesitated. To conceal his identity, he lied, claiming to also be a cop, and felt obliged to stand up for his colleagues. At night, Bong Chung-ja changed clothes at Toguk Cheol's house. Toguk Cheol also made the bed for her, letting her sleep in the bedroom while he prepared to sleep on the floor. At home, Toguk Cheol inexplicably felt happy, humming a tune to himself. The next morning, Toguk Cheol made breakfast for Bong Chung-ja and called her to wake up, but he saw Bong Chung-ja looking at news about herself on her phone. The news was full of ridicule and scorn. Toguk Cheol forbade her from reading it or overthinking. Do-yoon planned for Bong Chung-ja to star in a movie, giving her the role of the second female lead, with Go Hui-young as the lead actress. Go Hui-young argued with Do-yoon, demanding he replace her. Do-yoon reminded Go Hui-young not to overstep, as he suspected she was the one who leaked Bong Cheong-ja's secret to the media. As her manager, Toguk Cheol met with Do-yoon and received the movie script. He was thrilled to learn Bong Chung-ja would play the second lead, but Go Hui-young insisted on sabotaging it, demanding an open audition and a seat on the judging panel. She claimed she would accept the outcome only if all judges approved. Upon receiving the script, Bong Chung-ja was ecstatic. To fully prepare for the audition, she decided to return to her examen. Before her audition, she helped at her sister's dumpling shop, slipping her sister some money, vowing to fulfill her sisterly duties from then on. Bong Chung-ja refused to run anymore. She promised to reclaim both her memories and her dreams. Her sister was lost in memories of the past, how she had skipped university exams to care for her after the accident, how she had donated blood to save her sister's life, sacrificing her own future to keep her alive, to justify herself. And to her sister, back in her examen room, Bong Chung-ja practiced her script lines relentlessly, filling the pages with notes, all proof of her hard work. On the audition day, almost all candidates were rejected. When it was Bong Chung-ja's turn, Toguk Cheol cheered her on as always, firmly believing in her. On stage, Bong Chung-ja faced Go Young's deliberate challenge, an impromptu performance request. Unsure if she could do it, she hesitated, but Toguk Cheol sneaked in through the back door, signaling encouragement from the shadows. With his support, Bong Chung-ja marched down the stage and slapped Do-yoon, one of the judges, hard. Then, with Do-yoon as her partner, she delivered a flawless, impromptu act. During the performance, Bong Chung-ja perfectly captured the emotions, balancing both lines and acting to deliver an immersive show. Afterwards, the directors whispered among themselves, all agreeing that Bong Chung-ja's performance today was exceptional, even surpassing her prime years. They even speculated, if the lead role in that movie 25 years ago had gone to Im Sae-ra instead of Go Hui-young, it might have been even more brilliant. Hearing this, Go Hui-young clenched her fists, eyes burning with jealousy and hatred, reflecting on Bong Chung-ja's efforts since securing the role. And today's performance, Toguk Cheol's heart was filled with emotion. To him, Bong Chung-ja remained a shining presence. Toguk Cheol gently embraced her, praising her flawless performance. Bong Chung-ja thanked him too, acknowledging that without his unwavering support, she might never have reached this point. But behind the scenes, middleman boss Ju met with Do-yoon, demanding he discreetly eliminate Im Sae-ra. This time, however, Do-yoon grew tired of the master's schemes. No matter what, since Im Sae-ra had signed a contract, she was an asset of E.I. Entertainment. Unexpectedly, boss Ju sneered, claiming Do-yoon was just a lapdog who must obey his master. This infuriated Do-yoon. To regain his pride, he was willing to defy the master. Soon after, Bong Chung-ja received a call confirming her audition success, while Go Hui-young saw Do-yoon's released news. The headline read, Im Sae-ra's spectacular comeback, Im Sae-ra's resurgence unsettled Go Hui-young. Meanwhile, for the upcoming film role, Bong Chung-ja was preparing a weight loss plan. Toguk Cheol remained by her side, running with her every morning and urging her to exercise. For her safety, he insisted she only train in public places. Not long after, Bong Chung-ja's exercise regimen showed results. Min Tae-suk remarked that her face had visibly slimmed down, though she still carried some extra belly fat. To lose the remaining weight, Bong Chung-ja pushed herself even harder. At first, she struggled to keep up with the morning runners, but gradually, she outpaced them all. Through sheer determination, she finally transformed into a different version of herself. Before the film premiere, Toguk Cheol accompanied Bong Chung-ja to try on outfits. Gazing at the nearly flawless woman before him, his eyes sparkled with admiration. Toguk Cheol gifted her a beautiful necklace, claiming it was a sponsor-provided item. In truth, he had carefully selected it himself at a store. The event drew a crowd of media. Moments later, Bong Chung-ja arrived on the scene, leaving Go Hui-young and Do-yoon stunned. The media quickly turned their cameras toward her, for Bong Chung-ja looked absolutely radiant.